show overall. You as a promoter now for the third year on this one?
Third year here, yep.
What do you think?
I mean, it just takes word to get out that, you know, the show is on the up and up and trying to get it to where it's at. You know, our overall goal is to get back to heats, consi features, and have a bunch of fillers, and, you know, but it just takes more car count. You know, we're around 40 today through.
Which isn't a bad count.
No,
I mean,
no.
You're definitely growing.
Yeah, from where we were to where we had to adverse through the years, and then to where we're at now, I'm satisfied with it. And, you know, we went from a Sunday show to a Saturday show. That helped. And then going into tonight, we had good weather, good crowd.
Great crowd. You packed out the stands. Looked like the beer garden was getting a pretty good circulation there.
It's still early yet.
Still early yet. There should be plenty of stuff to do on the midway. Those guys should all be happy with the Sherburne County Fair, because now all of this whole entire crowd has to walk right through all that fun stuff they got out there.
Absolutely. And so we try and keep that pace up for that reason. So
yeah, absolutely. I don't know. It was fast paced from my point of view all night long. Like I said, I thought decent car count. Finishing off with these super stocks, I thought they put on one heck of a show. Yeah,
absolutely. It was from start to finish. We were kind of flipping through who was going to run what, because we always, you know, spur of the moment, how we're going to do our run order. And I think the last three worked out the best option for how we had it set up. So
I know I enjoyed it. I'm hoping all the fans at home enjoyed it. This crowd, we packed them out and they were hooting and hollering the whole time, so I know they enjoyed it.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what's important, is the butts in the seats, the smiles on everybody's face. We brought a bunch of kids up here to count them down.
Absolutely.
Them guys were hooting and hollering. They were having a great time. I even saw JP smile once or twice. I mean, I think pretty much everybody here had a really good time.
I think I had more booze because of this guy out of the crowd.
Well,
that's all right.
He was beating you up with the crowd, but I tell you what, you know, you're most hated motorsports for a reason, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Not out here making friends.
Create a Blizzard Bash name and do a promotion name. I got to come up with something different. Probably most humble motorsports or something. I'm not sure.
Maybe. Right on. So, moving forward, do you think this is something you're going to build again for next year? You're going to try to get a bigger show again?
I'm going to try. Obviously, just, you know, comes down to money and who's got the cars available. So you know, I try to work with the drivers as much as possible. But at the same time, if I can up the payouts, obviously I'm going to change my rulings around. We try to work with every local area in their cars. So we have our rule set to build fresh to, but at the same time, if someone's coming from 2 or 3 different shows and they have a different rule set, well, let's work together on it, find a common ground, make it an even base between, you know, who's got this and who's got that, because car A might have something that car B doesn't have, but on that adverse side, car B might have something car A doesn't have, and we just try to find that level ground in all the classes through all the vehicles that show up. So that's what makes the dynamic, and, you know, it's not so much you have to do it this way, A to B, black and white. We're going to make it as fair for the drivers, you know, by a driver. All of our officials are by the driver.
72 still can light a fire.
Oh yeah. He did good for no water in his radiator for a while too. So, but yeah.
So, any closing thoughts at the end of this show? Anybody you'd like to thank? Anybody you'd like to move out of the stadium?
Oh man, the people to thank. I mean, we got a guy who flew up from Kansas on short notice to help out with teching and officiating. My usual crew: Justin, Jordan, my old man, Keenan. And Corey Failer, his wife, they donate their time here. So, I mean,
that's one thing maybe the folks at home don't understand. This is all a volunteer crew. You guys aren't getting paid for this. You don't take money away from this show.
No.
This show is put on by volunteers. All the money that's brought in is given back to the drivers.
Yep. Yeah, that's the one thing we were asked when we sat down for our meeting, how much is it going to cost to promote this? And we kind of gave them a price range. But we didn't want to take that money from the drivers. We want to put it towards the drivers to make the purse go higher, just so that we can make sure that we're putting it into them. So they're the ones doing the driving. We're just here to direct it. So
absolutely.
You know, they're the entertainment. I'm not the entertainment.
Not tonight.
So no, absolutely not. So I want to make sure that they get what they need. So
no, absolutely.
Obviously, they got to work for it though.
Right.
But
well, you had I don't know how near and far everybody was traveling from as far as your drivers were tonight, but I know by the looks of that roster sheet that JP was spitting out there, you had a good group of diverse drivers from near and far. So.
Yep. And you know, some of these guys, some of them are traveled enough to go run national shows, and some of them just stay local, and just trying to keep that diverse blend in between there.
Yep.
Again, it's the same thing. Some of these cars came from different shows, so we had to kind of work with it the best we could and go from there. So.
Well, thanks a lot for having us
Thank
out.
You.
We appreciate being here. We appreciate the offer, and look forward to what you got in store for next time.
I appreciate your guys' time. I hope the best for all this. So.
We really like doing it. You know, it takes. I always say it takes a village. It takes a village. We keep on meeting more great people like yourself, like your whole crew, and it's an honor to get invited out to these things. We love doing it, so we don't intend on quitting anytime soon.
Well, let's see if we can make a future out of it, huh?
Right on. That's what it's all about.
So, all right. Thanks again.
Yep. And with that, I remind you, it's all about the experience.